Well, hello, hi. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna be doing a cable staple journal. I start with I had taken a notebook apart and dyed it that way, so I still have both sides of the journal. I mean, of the paper, and I can use it on big journals. I also took apart some of the um, one of the dictionaries that I have, which is large, and it kind of is relatively close to the size that I'm going to be using. But and I also did some white paper, and I used it to as a hinge for both of the cover papers. I just copied the style of the folder on the other side so it matches evenly. But you ladies probably know, well, and gentlemen, I don't know who watches this channel. You probably know how to do a signature, so I'll leave you to it. Alrighty then. So once my signature is done, I pull out my cable staples. They're not available at the big stores like Lowe's and Home Depot. So I will leave you guys a link down on the bottom of this video so you guys can get them. But pretty much what I did is I measured 1 inch. No, sorry, I think I measured 2 inches from the top to the center, and I marked it, and then 2 inches from the bottom to the top to the center, and then marked it, and then that was my first where I put the first hole of the two legs of the staple. Then once I have that marked, what I did is I measured 1 inch from the last leg towards the center, and then I marked the second one, and then I left the middle. I don't even know what's in the middle, but I just measured from edge to center. I had these covers from from a book that I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to do a large book, so I found a textbook on the trash, like one of those old textbooks from school. And I what I did is I just painted it, and I put some stenciling in the front, and then I painted it with the spray can, like one of those household spray cans. And you guys will see why that is important once I'm painting it. But I I mark the spots where I want the hinges to come into, and I use the synthetic leather, and I'm gonna replace it because I bought an old jacket, and I'm taking it apart so that I can use that leather from that jacket. I got it for like $5, and so I'm just gonna go around replacing all the synthetic leather on my journals with that new leather. But meanwhile, just to get this going, what I did is I punched the holes in for where the little rivet's gonna go, and that holds my leather hinge. And you guys can see I made a boo boo on the center hinge. Instead of putting the two holes that I originally wanted to do, I ended up putting one. So I know it's gonna be covered up, so I just ended up redoing that. Anyways, painting time. I grabbed my silver. I love this silver. I got it at I think it was Michael's, and I smear it around. It's not gonna be a paint. It's more gonna be like a wash of silver, and the paint allows it to slide. I want it to be like a brushed antique silver or patina. So the fact that the paint slides, or it's not like a primer where it holds the paint actually kind of slides off, so it allows me to work on it very smoothly. I can go back and work it and rework it and make it give it texture that I'm working for. And so once I put it there, it allows me to like make it as if it was polished. So I just grabbed a piece of cloth that I had and I went around in circles. Then I grabbed a vintage photo and forest moth, and I sprayed it a little bit on there. I don't use my brush in this step, but I like to play with my fingers. I don't know about you guys. And when I spray it on, I don't know if you guys can see, but some of the silver was I pushed around and removed, so I gave it more of that patina look because of the grab of the black. Well, there's lack of it. I was able to play with the silver on the background and on the foreground. Also, a lot of the paint came off, so not that much paint stayed. So if I would have used like a primer or some underpaint that grabs on the paint, I don't know if this would have been so possible. Um, and then I don't show this step because I went outside, but I covered it, or I sealed it with frost spray. So it's just like a polyurethane, but instead of it being glossy or matte or shiny, I got it a frost. So it gives me that very old patina feel that the silver might have once it's old and rusted and like somebody left it out. And as you guys can see, my leather hinges look awful. Well, not awful, but they look too new for my book. My book looks older, so that's why I'm gonna replace it. But I'm still taking apart the leather. It is so hard. Um, but once I'm done, I don't know if you guys can see, but on the bottom of the back cover, I put one of the signatures and I peeked it through the end, and you guys can see that I transfer where the signature staple would come out of, and I marked it on both back and front cover. And once I did that, I made the holes where my little eyelids or riblets are going to go in. There's a step that for some reason didn't get recorded. I'm new, guys, so bear with me. I will fix it. I will work. I'm working on not forgetting to press record, or the storage. Once your cell phone is like full, storage is full, it stops recording. It doesn't tell you, and you're like a dummy. Keep on doing stuff. Anyways, so I glued the inside. I glued a piece of paper inside of the covers. It was I have this glittery paper that supposedly you can print on it, but I dyed it, so I used that, and I glued it on the inside. Now that I'm fast forward, I have three signatures with the same process that I did the first one. FYI, when you do the staple system, try to have a solid piece of paper as the center of the signature, so that you have a good grab on the staples. I used the notebook paper, and it had already the little holes from the stitching on the first one, and I don't think it was a good idea. Anyways, to tie it around, it's simply like a U. So I start on the back, uh, go from the inside out, and then I go through the staple, and then to the front, and then I go through the whole inside, and then on the inside I go back outside, but I do it on the loop is inside the front cover. Then I do the same thing. I go through the staple and I go through the outside to the inside of the cover and of the back, and that's where I tie off the the black twine that I used. It's I doubled it so it gives me that so I can see it, because if since my notebook is black and I was thinking about using it once, but I really want the twine to be visible, so I used it twice so you can really see it through. And plus it's very durable if you know double it. So like I said, you start from the back, um, and let me see what I did. Yeah, to the back, and then I back, and then go out. It's like a rabbit hole, right? So anyways, you start in, you go out of the back cover, you go through the staples, you go in from the out, then on the back you go back, I mean then inside you go back outside, and then you go through the staples again, and then you go inside on the back, and then that way it gives me a hold, and I can replace the magazines, I mean sorry, signatures. I keep on calling one my head wanting to call them magazines. I know they're signatures, but I keep on wanting to call them magazines. Anyways, so this is a finished product. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. It's a new thing for me that I did. I haven't seen it before done. So if you guys try it out, if you guys give it a go, please let me know. Subscribe to my channel for more crazy binding ideas and more. I will eventually start doing junk journaling with me. I have a few of them coming up. Anyways, so I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe to my channel for more journaling content or craft content too as well. Thank you and have a good day.